Just a game y'all really wanted to win. Um, I guess how tough is it not only just kind of that y'all lost, but kind of the way that it went, where y'all had trouble scoring?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think it was anything that Vanderbilt did. I think it was just us. We kind of were out of rhythm because we weren't making shots. And then with all the fouls that were being called and a lot of the stoppages, we really couldn't get into like a flow. And by the time we were able to get into a flow, we were already down by a lot. So we kind of had to claw our way out of a hole that we had already built. So honestly, I just feel like with all like the stoppages and the fouls and stuff, it kind of was hard for us to get into a rhythm.
And for either of you, I mean, it was just a pretty chippy game. How do y'all try, like, whenever you got all that going on kind of in the background, to just stay focused on the task at hand to go try and win a game?
For me personally, I can't tune it out. It kind of fuels me. And there's always like a lot of like, good competitive talk or whatever, but today it wasn't really so much so competitive. It was just like, I wouldn't say degrading, but it was like what's the need for it? And then when you have the refs, like, you go tell the refs and they're like, okay, we'll stop it, and it's still going on. It's kind of like you feel like you have to take things into your own hands. So honestly, for me personally, I don't, my temper doesn't allow me to tune those types of things out.
For me, I think I'm a calm player, and I don't think the noise or anything or anybody else affects me in my game, so I just continue to compete with all I know.
Last thing I'll ask is, Mac, of course, I mean, it was celebrated her today. Just if you could both take a little bit of time to talk about what she's meant to you two.
You go, because I might talk for days. Just talk about Mac.
I think Mac is a good player, and she shows great leadership to us and kind of just shows us the ropes and just be there for us and acknowledge us, support us. She's a great teammate.
Yeah, she's my best friend, so I could go on and on about her, but let's just say next year definitely won't be the same without her.
Just clarify one thing. Sam, you said the refs told y'all that they were going to get a handle on it at some point?
Yeah.
And
I mean, you know how refs are. They'd be like, okay, we'll tell them about it, or we'll look into it, or we'll, but yeah, they didn't really do anything. Most of the time, like, it'll get under control, but like, they kept letting it happen, so whenever they would go talk to the opposing players, it was like, whatever, and they would still continue doing it, so.
Yeah.
So obviously it's two tough losses in a row for you guys, and obviously #1 team in the country coming in here on Thursday. I guess can you just talk about putting those games behind you and preparing for a game like that, and how you guys kind of approach something like that?
Honestly, we'll just play the best to our abilities, play our game. They are the #1 team in the country for a reason, so obviously it'll be a tough battle, but hopefully with the crowd behind us and it being somewhat of a later game, we'll have the advantage.